There are two common ways that I hear people misunderstanding what PDA actually is. One are the people that say PDA is just normal autistic traits that people are pathologizing, and they're trying to pathologize autistic people for trying to have autonomy. That is completely inaccurate and a misunderstanding of what PDA is. It also, on the other side, people say that PDAers are pathological and that it's a pathological response, and that's also inaccurate because it does seem pathological on the surface, but if you really understand the PDA brain and neuroception, you understand that there is a very good reason for our responses. So let's tackle the first one. Why is it not just a pathologizing of autistic people? It's not just a pathologizing of autistic people because we are not talking about PDAers as people that don't want to do a worksheet or don't feel like being forced to do a bunch of manual labor or that don't want to eat something just because you told them they have to. That's just being human. That's not what we're talking about. Pathological demand avoidance, as it's currently termed, really does impair our ability to function within this world. It impairs our ability to eat, to drink, to stay alive, to the point where some people's bodies stop taking breaths on their own because it's a demand. I am some people. These are also people that are unable to use the toilet, even though there's no physical reason why they can't, or unable to bathe, even though there's no reason they can't. It really prevents us from accessing basic survival needs. And the threat response that we go into when we don't have autonomy can be life-threatening. It can be us running into the middle of the road because someone told us not to. It can be us not able to eat because someone told us to eat. These are often children that literally cannot handle a single demand throughout their day, have to be maybe full-time distracted by screens, and are unable to bathe, brush their teeth, eat independently, drink water independently, anything. And it really makes the world pretty inaccessible. Okay, so now that we've covered that, why is it not pathological? It's not pathological because our responses make complete sense given the fact that we are living in a world where there isn't autonomy, there isn't a lot of community and co-regulation, and any of our needs met or safety needs for our nervous systems. We pick up on extremely subtle shifts in power dynamics and extremely subtle ways that we are put in the one down and where we are disenfranchised, where other people may not even realize that that's occurred, and then we have a threat response to it, and what gets pathologized is that threat response without realizing that it was triggered by a very real power differential. And the hard part is that you can change everything about your own personal life, and there's still going to be that power differential in society inherently because we are living in a colonized society with racism and sexism and classism. While I think that the term persistent drive for autonomy might actually be more accurate, I think where people get confused by that is they start to think that PDA just means that you're very independent and any independent person is a PDAer, and that's just really not accurate.